The following program contains adult language, poor taste in jokes, racial slurs, political slurs, slants, and all sorts of things that, if you are sensitive and have a delicate constitution, you should probably go watch Teletubbies. You were warned.
I ain't drunk, I'm just drinking.
But you're so high.
Oh man, you know I ain't high.
But you're so high.
Yeah, well I just take a little sip every now and then.
But you're so high.
You ought to be ashamed of
Stay
yourself.
drunk all
Oh,
the
come on now,
time.
you all don't feel like that.
Bam! Hey kids, welcome to TrollHunter Build Part 2. Fuck. It's the day after Thanksgiving. It's, what do they call that? Black Friday, which I'm surprised hasn't become a racial slur yet. But, you know, hey, I am drinking port tonight. I love my port. I got a couple friends in Portugal, and they're like, oh, you need to come over and have real ports. I'm like, this is just crap Sadmans. But, phew, love my port. Taking a break from the rum today. Got the shits. So anyway, here we go. Where did we leave off? Fuck me, I don't even remember. We got the Bluetooth in. We got power distribution board. We've got ESCs. We've got flight control. We've got motors. We've got lights. We've got we got one camera. So what we're going to do now, we're going to put in a buck resistor. Yeah, you're like, what the fuck is that? Bam, hang on 1 second. Ah, fuck. You're there. Got a bag of these things. Basically what a buck resistor is, guys, is it's a 5 volt, well, it's 0 to 7 or 0 to 10 volt. Basically think of a Beck, okay? And the Beck, so it'll take 0 to 24 volt or something like that input, and then you've got a potentiometer right here where you can regulate the output. The reason I'm doing this, I'm going to have a lot of 5 volt stuff and camera wise and things like that, so that's why I'm putting this in. Give us a little bit of clean power on the cameras. So we're going to get the camera line from this camera over here, which is our vertical view, and then the camera line that's going to go up, and then we're also going to put in, hang on a minute, shit, actually I think I'll just use a 5 volt Beck. Yeah, saves a little bit of time. I didn't even know I had that. Okay, that worked. Then we're going to put in our little camera switcher. Now, there is little to zero information on the internet on how to do this. I'm going to cut this plastic shit off, which is the heat shrink. And what this is going to enable us to do, and I'm going to put one of these on my wing drone that's coming up in a couple weeks. Actually, I just dry fitted that wing drone today, and man, it's going to be bad to the bone. It's going to be sweet. And you guys get to see some funny shit because I can't fly fixed wing, save my butt. That's why it's going to have a brain in it. But anyway, we're going to take this off. What this enables you to do is you can hook up an output of your receiver to this little guy, and you can control, you can switch between 3 FPV cameras. We're only going to do 1. I'm sorry, 2. Woo, been a long weekend. So what do we got? We got ground 12 volt video in 0, which would be 1. And then we've got ground 12 volt video 2. That's all I need because I'm actually going to power my cameras off of something else. And then you've got ground 5 volt and switch. So actually this should be pretty simple. So what we're going to do, I'm going to do a ground 5 volt switch from here, and from the flight controller, and then we're going to use the video in, and then our video out is right there, right on top, kids. That's gonna be bad to the bone. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and wire that shit up, and then that's about it. And then we're gonna put this thing together a little bit and see how it works. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna wire up this 5 volt Beck. Now, a buck resistor is the exact same thing. The difference between a buck resistor, let me show you. Oh, where'd it go? Fuck. There it is. All right, here's a diatone. Look at this. Here's a diatone 5 volt Beck that costs more. You got ins and outs. Look at that. Voltage in, voltage out. This is a buck resistor. That's what they call it. Video in, video out. Now look, it's identical. Okay? Except one little thing. the buck resistor has a potentiometer on there where you can adjust the voltage output, and the back is already fixed at 5 volts. The funny bit is, this is more useful because you can go from like 3 to 7 volts anywhere you want by adjusting this, and it's like $1.20. This is like $3 and it's stuck at 5 volts. But it also says diatone on it. But since I've got this, I'm just going to use that. It doesn't matter to me. I was going to set it for 5 volts anyway. So what we're going to do, we're going to get our camera cable out. We're going to wire in this. And I'm going to go clean juice to the Eagle, which you don't see yet. Clean juice to this camera. And then signal in to here. And then we're going to wire up into here. The other thing that we need to do as well, on the flight controller, a couple things we have not hooked up yet. One, we have not hooked up a beeper. I'm going to put a beeper right here. We have not hooked up the incoming battery voltage, which goes right here. That's so we can see our voltage on our OSD. And I think that's about it. I think we've got everything. So I'm going to do those short little things, and then when we come back, I am going to show you what I've done. Be right back. Bye. Bam! Okay, we are back. So here's what we did. And I am going to straighten this up. Let's see if we can zoom in. All right, what do we got here? So we've got this yellow wire going from our vertical down camera, which is right here, going into video input 1, which is actually video input 2. And then we've got, I need to redo that. Fuck that up. That's all right, we'll redo that. And then this one here is going into video 0. So we're only using 2. So both of these video ins are going to here, and then this output, this is going to the video out. This is going to go to the video in, because it is still technically our camera, on our video input, okay? So on our board. So this still is, you just want to think of this wire now, this end is being your video in, and then our VTX, which is going to go somewhere, is going to be on our video out. So that's what we are going to do. But I did screw up. Well, no, I guess I didn't. Just a little bit tangled. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a good old-fashioned RC cable. We're going to cut this guy right here. Man, what a long fucking week. This has been just, forget about it. Triple family events. Ugh. We're going to my mom's this weekend. It's just like, bam. And really, I was supposed to, I'm going to keep talking. I'm going to solder this off camera. I was supposed to get this done this afternoon, but then I was building a drone for a friend of mine on the channel here. He's a great guy, good soul, and I wanted to get it done for him. I thought, well, fuck it, we're going to do that first. So now what we're going to do, we're going to solder this into one of our servo outs. So, and we're going to use channel forwarding. So if you look at this, we're going to hot swap it right into here. So you've got, I don't know if you guys can see this, probably not. Let me get my trusty pointer, okay? So we've got our S-bus in right here, receiver positive, receiver negative. Then you've got motor 1, motor 2, motor 3, motor 4. We're going to wire this into 5 and also into here and here for 5 volt power. Hopefully that will power this board. I have no idea. I've seen a couple things online where you have to supply 12 volts to it, but that might have been the people trying to get their cameras to power off of it. And I'm powering my cameras off of a separate source. Bam, just like that. So what we're going to do in Betaflight, we're going to have to set this up for channel forwarding. And we're going to assign this to a switch. So we're actually going to be able to switch between camera 1 and camera 2 whilst we be flying. That's going to be fucking badass. I have never done this before. So this is new ground for me. I can build a drone in 5 seconds. Well, hour and 20 minutes. But either way, and we're going to straighten up all this wiring. That's, you know, I know it looks like shit right now. So that's that. And then all we got to do is hook this up accordingly. So ground side here, and there it is. I don't know why they have 2. That's kind of silly. So there you go, kids. So video in, it's going to be right there, and video out. All right, what's this going to? That's our receiver. We don't want that. Okay. Huh, that's a brand new board. Guess never used this. So this little dude right here is video in from your camera for your OSD on your Omnibus F3, and this is going to be video out. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and tin that up real quick. See if I can do this without smoking the shit out of everything. Getting a little sticky in here. Nothing but a peanut. Do it blind. Okay, bam, there. So we're going to take this gray wire here that is our video out from this, and that is essentially going to be our video in to our board. Hope you can see with my big fat head in the way. All right, then our VTX, which is going to be this dude right here. Bam, just a good old-fashioned 640 channel. We're going to slap in video out real quick, and we've also got to wire this up. So all we need, black, red, yellow. We're just going to cut this off because I don't use audio. Guys are like, what are you doing? Audio's cool. Audio's gay. All right. So this, yeah, neaten up your wires after your build. I'm telling you right now. After you got all your shit in. I mean, you want to take a little bit of thought to it while you're doing it, obviously. But that's really about it, kids. Trust me, I have done this before where, oh, I gotta straighten this and straighten that and blah, 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 and then you straighten all that shit out and it looks so pretty, and then all of a sudden you're like, fuck. You gotta take everything apart and you just waste a bunch of time. So we're going to, I don't need these here, if you can see this or not. We're just gonna cut these off. I lost my good cutters underneath the desk. All right, now we're going to double side tape this to right here. The nice thing about this frame is it is not carbon fiber, so it's not conductive, which is sweet. Okay, and that's going to go up through the top. This is our VTX. I got to wire power. Let me wire this up real quick. I'm going to wire it into our 12 volts. Oops. And then we'll be golden. So I'll be right back. Hang on. All right, we neatened it up a little bit. This we're going to leave free. This is our camera for the top. This is our, whoo, it's hard to get in shot. It's a big bird, man. This is going to be our gimbal power. Camera's down here. Neaten this up. Got a voltmeter here. Vertical camera. This is our VTX. I haven't decided where I'm putting that just yet. And GPS is going to go up here. That's all good. We're going to do a prostate check. So let's see if this bitch blows up. So take your meter, put it on continuity, which is right here. Put your probes together. Okay. And I got my power lead right here. If it beeps continuously, we're in trouble. Whatever. There we go. We're going to plug a battery in, see what we get. See if we got any magic smoke. Ah, look. Woo! That is some powerful light. Let's see. Got power on there. Power distribution board, receiver, Bluetooth. I don't know about that little camera thing. We'll find out about that. Ain't got a clue. So, that's working. No magic smoke. Bada bing. So, now what do we got to do? One thing I'm going to do that's kind of weird. I'm not going to worry about... Let's see. Well, let's see. VTX. Where is the base? Let's see. Where do I want it? We're just going to dry fit this. This is going to go up here. I think VTX should just be strapped right here. Right around there. And we'll bring the antenna up right there. I think that's pretty. That's going to be nice. So, use a pagoda, of course. It's just how I roll. So, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to plug this little guy in. Then we're going to take an antennae. Wow, look at that. Even have one ready. And we're going to plug this in. And this is the switchable. Nice. Okay. And I'm going to turn this on, and I'm going to set my channel right now. Where'd that battery go? Big old fucking battery. There it is. All right. So, always make sure you have your antenna on. Let's see, we get full power, which I want. We just want... What, lose power? Yes, I did. Bad connection. Ooh, always double check. So we're going to disconnect this. It's kind of a, my big fat head's going to get in the way here. Kind of got a bad angle. There we go. Better to find it now than in the air. All right, there we go. I fly on F1. That's it. Bam. So, I'm not even gonna, how do I want to do this? Yeah, we'll do that. We'll leave it like that. And I'm thinking, we bring this through here, like that. How lucky would I be if we could do it like this? Because I would love to have access to that button, right like that. That's how I want it. Bam. Let me do this real quick and I'll be right back. All right, I might straighten that out later. It's a bit crooked. I do not like the way this is in here. But I digress. We'll fix that later. Oops. Beep, 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 beep. So this has got to go through the top and this has to go through the top. And I hope that's enough reach for our camera. So the next thing we got to figure out is our camera. So we are using the Eagle. Bam. And I'm putting that pig right there. All the stupid shit that comes with it. All right. And we have got to mount this right like that. That's easy enough. So I think that might just work like that. So I'm going to do that. There's already a hole here. We're going to run our wire. Let's make sure we got enough wire. I might have to... I'm pissed. Oh yeah, that's plenty. That's going to come up like that. Into our camera. Just going to go right there. Bam! Look at that. Beautiful. And that's going to be it. And then I got to figure out a better... If that's just crap. I'll figure out something. So, be right back. All right. Now, got her mounted. Look at that. Bam. I like a very, very, very slight up tilt on a drone because usually you're hovering and you're spinning, you know, you're not flying a quad here. And I also did move and relocate the VTX. So one thing that's going to be a little bit weird. Now, another thing to note real quick for you guys that are looking to build a drone, if you're going to use an omnibus or any drone with any barometer, you have to cover the barometer, which is right there. See that little tiny hole right there on that dude? You have to cover that with foam or bad things will happen. That controls your air pressure. It holds everything down. I'm not going to bother covering this one, honestly, because I'm not going to get any prop wash into this bird. It's just, I don't think it's going to affect it, so I'm not even going to worry about it. The one weird thing I am going to do, you might have been thinking all along, oh shit, dude, how are you going to get your USB in there when you're programming this on the computer to get it all set up? I am going to set a very long USB cable in here right now. I know you're like, what? What the fuck's he doing? Just like that. And I'm going to zip strip it. One thing about the Omnibus series, the F3s and well, I know the F3s for sure, and the F4s, the USB the little doohickey you plug into, the socket is extremely weak. And if you break that off, son, you're going to be hating life. You got to do this whole mess over with. So I'm going to give myself a little bit of slack, just like that, because we have to do calibration. And then when I'm all done, see, now I can just plug this thing into the computer. And when I'm done, I'll cut the zip strip, pop it right out, and I'll be able to use my Bluetooth. But I don't want to use Bluetooth for my initial setup because it's just too much gas to do that on. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to hook up the VTX, hook up this camera, and bolt this piggy down, and we're going to unscrew this and screw our GPS back in. So let me get this piggy back together. Bam, right back. All right, there are a fuck ton of screws on this thing. Let me tell you, kids. Yeah, anyhow, it is done. I'm gonna actually have to, I'm gonna put a piece of foam over here, just a piece of, you know, grippy foam. This shit here. It's just, I'm gonna put it in there so it looks pretty cool. Maybe one in there, just to keep dirt and shit and breeze out. Now, the next thing to do, and I'm gonna have to open this up and take my camera and show you guys what this thing looks like because it's too big to fit in shot. So the next thing we've got is the gimbal. Bam. So I'm not sure. I think we're just gonna zip strip it, to be honest. I'm debating about even leaving it off for a while and maybe do it last. It's right in the way of my headlights anyway. So I think I'll leave that off for now. Okay? Because honestly, I don't care. So I'm going to move these barrels in a little bit. The gimbal's a whole nother thing. All right, and I'm going to stuff this wire away because I don't need it just yet for the gimbal. And I think, kids, what we're going to do, I'm going to slap some props on here just for looks and give you a walk around, let you see what this thing looks like. It's going to be sweet. Be right back. All right, because this thing is too freaking huge, looky, here we go. To give you an idea of the size, let's take a 200 Hellbender. That's a 208 Hellbender. That is TrollHunter. So we've got our turbo lights in the front, which are so bright, yeah, it probably won't show up. Voltmeter in the front. Runcam Eagle 2. Secondary camera. I'm going to turn this off. Hang on. Secondary camera right there. It's going to be switchable so we can see straight down. Main camera. GPS. Far view pagoda. Folding arms. These are just my test props. We're going to put carbon fiber on these when they're done. This will be missing and done. And one thing, I did decide to not put in a beeper. Just because, it's such a big bird. If it crashes, you're not going to want to find it anyway. So, let's fold this thing up. Front's in first. No, sorry. I'm trying to do this in shot and hold a camera. It's not easy. All right, bam. Bam. Well, I'm probably going to pop 11-inch carbon fibers. There you go, kids. TrollHunter. Bam. And we are going to put a gimbal on the front probably. I don't really care about that a whole lot, but my GoPro isn't here anyway. So, until next week, that's when we're going to set it up in iNav, and I'll show you guys all that. So, bam! Have a good one. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bam, JJ! Hope you like fishing.